It went well. We on Thursday we shut down. We normally work 10-hour days, but we went and did a 5-hour day, and we pulled out the old edger. And then starting Friday, that's when we started putting the new edger up there. And by Sunday, everything was up there. And Cleereman came over and did their adjustments on it. And we did some computer work on Monday and Tuesday. And on Wednesday, we were running without very many issues at all. And was doing a good job. I think a lot of it is, most of it is because Cleereman's right down the road. They're 40 minutes from here. I've had a good relationship with them. I bought a lot of equipment from them in the past, and I got to know them good, and I trust them to be able to be there. And they were. They came in on the Sunday, Labor Day weekend, and a bunch of guys did work on the machine, you know, took time out of their holiday to do it. They were really good. And one of the things that I felt about the other optimizing edgers was a cost factor for my mill. It doesn't produce enough wood to be able to pay for it. You know, this is a lot more economical, and it's built really well, like anything that Cleereman has. And it's just, it's fairly simple the way they did it, and it is heavy duty and got a lot of good bearings on it and stuff like that. So. It was as good as I could expect. I was nervous that we wouldn't get it running on Wednesday. That was our plan, to be running Wednesday morning, to be testing on Tuesday, and everything dropped into place really well. And we needed to run it because we had to make sure, you know, you run 5 or 6 boards, well, that's, you never know what's going to happen, you know, with the 400th board. So we ran it all day that day, and they did some adjusting on how much wane, you know, we left on the boards, and we did different sets and things like that. And they've been training me on it, and it's been really good, surprisingly good. When those guys come in, they are concerned about production. This morning we started at 4:30 a.m. He was here 5 minutes before because we needed to fill up our decks. So he wants to make sure that what he did over the weekend, any changes, does not affect our production. He doesn't just walk away and say, I got other things I have to do. Him and Stefan are really good at doing that kind of thing. So is Cleereman, for that matter. They're here. They know how important it is for me to keep my production going. I have customers that they're very important. I need to keep them in wood, you know, and I need to go through my inventory. It's September. It's a bad month for stain, so I want to make sure that we keep the production rolling. And they've really done a lot for me in that respect. They're not lazy, and they don't find out ways of not to work. They figure out ways to make me happy so I don't have any issues. Well, what we had on our old edger, we just had an edger man. And he was good. I mean, he's a good edger man, but he's not a grader. Now we have enough graders. We're fortunate enough to have 3 graders, and we put one of the graders on the edger. So that's when we did all the programming, because we have certain buttons for certain grades. I know, because I was edger man too, I ran edger. When you go up to them laser lights and you look at them and say, okay, that's good right there, and then you hit the scan button and you see that thing pop out another inch, it's impressive. And then you look on the other side and you have a perfect board. And it's definitely saving a lot of money, because I would go down to the chipper and I would pull boards out, or edgings out, and I said, oh, there's some meat left on there, maybe a 1/4 inch, maybe a 1/2 inch, could even be an 1/8 inch, but that adds up so much during the day. And people are always saying, well, what kind of percentage are you thinking? It's different. Every time you put a different guy on the edger, he did a better job and not as good of a job as the last guy. So it's hard to pinpoint a percentage. I'm not a big guy with numbers, but when you sit there and you look and see how your edgings are coming off of there, it's a no-brainer. You know you're making money on it. I brought him up just so he could see it operate. He was very impressed because of the same reason. I would have him set a board on the table, tell me where he thought the laser lights needed to be, and then we hit the scan button. It was way more wood left on the board than what it would have been if he would have done it. And it is very fast. As fast as you tap the pedal and it does its scan mode, you go over and you grab the next board and have that rate after it. You can go as fast as you want. No issues with keeping up to our mill. We were running random length hard maple, and this week we're on soft maple 8 foot because we wanted to see, if there's any sort of difference. We're not seeing anything. The computer or the scanner picks all that up. It knows how long it is. It gives you a board footage reading and all this. It's a lot of information. So it's been doing that really well. We've been running some timbers, sizing some timbers through there, and that's been going good too. I would say that even the bigger mills that do have the bigger optimized edgers and stuff, they still need to look at Cleereman. This compact machine, it's easy to run, easy to install. We cut in the high 40s on our footage in a 10-hour day. So then that's not cutting ties. We're just cutting down 3.5 by 6 timber. So it's going through a lot of wood, and it's a very good machine and very well built.